the topic is already decided that caste-based reservation in India is good or not. Clear? And as we all know that India, which is well recognized as a country of multiple religion, multiple ethnic group, and multiple practices. In that condition, if we promote caste-based politics, so whether it is justifiable for the true democracy or not. So what I expect that you're going to talk about the actual scenario of the politics of India along with the constitutional facts. So please start your discussion.
My friends, so far as caste-based reservation is good or bad goes, recently Bihar conducted caste-based census. On the similar line, other states like Manipur, Jharkhand, Odisha too have made provisions for conduction of caste-based census. Now, basic difference between religion and caste is quite pertinent to everyone. And even in our social background, we easily see that afterwards religion, and in fact before religion, it is caste that is the subtle form of social background. So it is acting as a building block for entire nation. So it is important to have data about caste.
So my friend, we should also know that what is the requirement of caste-based census. As we have already known that it was implemented, it was added in the constitution before the time of independence initially for the span of 10 years, and it was said to delay after that. So which shows that there were differences in different peoples and the caste they were residing in the country. As earlier we had the Varna system which divided the people on the basis of the profession. So there was a basic difference in the economy and the living of the people. So for that, caste-based reservation is very required in the nation, so that the government can frame equal rules and regulations for each and every sect of the society, so that they can develop in an equal manner.
Although I agree with the points,
Let's one by one first, and then narration. Yes.
As caste census is according to caste census, because higher class people are surprising the lower class people, as a politician is also taking.
Okay, next.
As we know that India is a diverse population where we have to take care part of every section. Apart from that, we should also know that which section peoples are more, which sections are less. Because of that only we can make the policies and their development can be take place. Apart from that, we said we have some challenges also, just like reservation on the base of caste can be benefited for the politicians.
My friends, we need to understand that as far as caste-based reservation is concerned, when our constitution was being founded, and it is very evident in our constituent assembly debates also.
Let me clear it one. Whether it is caste-based reservation or caste-based census.
Caste-based reservation.
Reservation or census?
Reservation.
Okay. Carry on.
My friends, we need to understand as far as caste-based reservation in a country like India is concerned, it is particularly evident in our constituent assembly debates that when our founding fathers were debating upon as far as caste-based reservation is concerned, it was particularly founded on the idea that for only 10 years it would be implemented in India, predominantly of the fact that both the political and the demographic scenario in India in those times and in present is leaps and folds apart. Given the fact that 70 years plus of independence, India is emerging as a Rashtrapita as far as the Asian Central Subcontinent is concerned, and even in the international geopolitics fora is concerned, I believe that the very inherent value of caste-based reservation is to put one particular section of the entire society down while to uplift others, where we have seen that the entire strategy behind caste-based reservation is failing altogether, because when faced with hardships...
Okay. That is the introduction part of it. Yes.
Gentlemen, I am fully agree with Chestnut 15, and the reservation of caste basis is good. In my point of view, India government given reservation in every field, like in education field, in service field, in take education and go to service, and even India government find out the reservation is required, then India give a reservation. Even few years ago, our government realized that general persons need reservation. Therefore, government give 10% reservation in EWS, economic weaker section. So, government find out where reservation required, then government give. Even in Maharashtra, there Andolan movement for reservation, and when our country people they raise their problems in front of government, then government realize and find out reservation required, then government give a reservation. In presently, you can see there are a movement for reservation in Maharashtra. So it's a good. After a deep research, government give a reservation.
Okay, stop. Here I would like to intervene for some important subject. As we all know that when we say reservation, reservation is only drafted for uplifting the lower caste. So that nothing is new when you talk about caste-based reservation. But actually you should focus more on that part, caste-based reservation in democracy. So actually what is new in that? Actually the demand is something new in the present scenario. And the demand is even subclasses are to be mentioned also. Number two, even EBS, economic backward classes, should be added on that part also. So actually when we say caste based reservation, you'll have to just compare it. So why the demand has come out, why it is coming out that some additional reservation should be predicted in the constitutional columns, whether it is for the caste, subcaste or some other prospects are to be added in that. Clear?
Yes.
Because if you say caste based reservation, actually nothing is new. Now please start.
My friend, so far as caste-based reservation goes, in our directive principles of state policy, we have provisions that the state shall reduce the kind of economic disparity that exists in different sections of the society. Now, caste-based census, caste-based reservation was primarily put into force and in focus to reduce the economic disparity that existed in different sections of society. Now there are, if you take into account broader perspective, then there are most backward classes, economic backward classes. Now we have economic weaker section and OBC and SC and STs. Now these are different classes which are basically divided on the basis of caste. Now assessment of their economic conditions was also important, and
My friend,
therefore
here
caste
we also
reservation was
focus
put in
that
place.
by this caste-based reservation, somehow there is we are creating a differences in the society, because earlier from the past 75 years we have been promoting caste-based reservation, and now recently by the report submitted by the Rohini Commission, we came to know about the sub-categorization of the OBCs, so which are also further demanding for reservation. So to my mind, what I think that if certain reservations are to be provided on a regular basis, then what about those people who lies in the general category? Because if we talk about employment opportunities and other reservations are concerned, then the slab of competence is gradually getting very less, and the major part of the reservation is being given to the OBCs and the sub OBCs and the other vulnerable sections of the society are concerned in the nation.
I would like to add to chest number 5. As we can see in medical sector, general students are getting general students who are eligible, who are brilliant in the sector, but OBC got the chance because of the reservation seat. So I think.
My friend, in 1990s we had an important thing that was related to creamy layer provisions. Now what was important there, that the other backward classes which are in our society, actually the people who are having certain better economic conditions, have better background and financial background especially, they will not be able to avail the benefits that reservation will be giving them, and therefore creamy layer policy was put in place. So on the similar line, what is important here is that we revisit and we re-revise the condition of reservation that exists in our society, and for that caste-based census is also
I wholeheartedly
important.
agree. Like as to the points made by Chessman 5 and 3, we need to realize that the very foundation that when caste-based reservation was implemented in India, it was supposed to be a purely temporary provision, because it was the founding father of both caste-based reservation and the Indian Constitution, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who mentioned clearly and stipulatedly that when a provision as humanitarian as caste-based reservation, if prolonged, it has the ability to turn into a divisive like policy per se. So we need to understand that the very word divided by caste, when it comes from the very prospect of caste-based reservation, it is predominantly a separatist and divisive strategy.
So supporting chess number 15, I would like to bring out the example of Manipur crisis, where we existed that where we recently saw that a particular group was occupying a larger facility of the society, whereas the other section of the society was having very less, whereas the population was quite more. So the kind of disparity that was existing in availability of resources, that was also important. So what is important here is that we re-revise the system of caste-based
And in
reservation.
chess number 3, I would say that in a democracy, if we talk, then here the voice of the people, and if we talk about the particular definition of democracy, then it is to the people, for the people, and by the people. And if the people here itself are not to be looked upon by the government, because there are very vulnerable sections of the society who have not uplifted themselves from the 75 years of reservation that has been provided. So it is also equally the responsibility and the duty of the government to have certain upliftment policies and certain schemes related to the upliftment as well.
And
Talking about the more further sections, other countries like India we have, where the population is not confident, then definitely we should go through the some type of fast
My friends, we should not forget here that in recent times we had a case in Karnataka
Last
where
1 minute
Vokkaliga
only.
community
Last
actually
1 minute.
was reduced where one of the community the reservation was reduced and was extended to the Vokkaliga community. So it is
My
also
friends, we need to
political
understand
gaming.
Chest number 5 stated himself that as far as India is concerned, we are already divided by a lot of intricacies, be it language, be it religion, be it caste, or be it creed. India has been already divided on certain sidelines, and caste is the last thing we need, given the fact that India right now, after 70 plus years of independence, is emerging as a Rashtrapita as far as the Indian subcontinent is concerned. A caste-based reservation is the last thing, because again, even with caste-based reservation, if like different OBCs, STs and SCs are not being uplifted, then it is a draconian policy that needs to be done away with.
That is a very valid point by chess number 15 here. What is required is the reservation in the...
Okay, time is over. People are expected to reveal your content only. Suppose simultaneously one or more than one student starts speaking. So your responsibility is to, friend, let me complete, or please articulate your thought first. So either of the two is accepted. And if you are producing noise in that, it means that you are not a good part for the group. Clear?
Yes.
Okay.